Kathy Johnson. My role is as a volunteer. I volunteered through my church, Grace Episcopal Church, to help out in filling food boxes for folks over the holidays.
It's Bob Clark helping set up school supplies in this end of the parking lot for the parents coming through later this afternoon.
My name is Linda Arnold, and I'm here to help put together school supply bags.
I'm Kate, and I am helping pack up boxes.
My name's Pam, and I volunteer with Haywood Gleaners, which gets food from excess produce from various farmers and locations, and transfers it to people, agencies like senior centers and food pantries and food programs. And I also work in the pantry at Grace in the Mountains Church, so I'm here to support those agencies.
Laurel Destry, I'm a volunteer from Grace Church in the Mountains.
My name is Maureen Hunt, and I'm from Grace Church in the Mountains.
My name's Jocelyn Schaefer, and I am just packing boxes and helping spread hope and joy for the holidays.
I'm Rob Vio. I'm with Grace in the Mountains, and I'm helping to load boxes for Manna and for the distribution of Thanksgiving food.
My name is Roy Gass, and I'm just volunteering.
My name is Iris Durrell, and I'm from Grace in the Mountains Episcopal Church, and I'm helping to pack food boxes for those in need.
I'm Pat Robinson. I'm volunteering with the Episcopal Church to help get the food boxes ready for the Thanksgiving festival.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hood, and I'm a member of First United Methodist Church here in Waynesville.
My name is Beverly Valentine Brown, and being a retired math teacher, I'm counting 8 sweet potatoes or 8 apples in every bag for the Thanksgiving dinner.
My name is Stephen Hattendorf, and my role is whatever is needed here. Right now we're packing up potatoes, and we just got some more bags from Eagle, so we are in good shape.
I'm Wanda Kenny, and I'm a volunteer here at the church at First United Methodist.
I'm Nancy Oates, and I am a volunteer. Hey, I'm Laura. I'm just one of the packers.
Frank Donovan.
My name is Walter Austin. Oh, I'm specializing in drinks.
Well, I'm a member of First United Methodist Church. My name is Bruce Golson. My wife and I joined about 3 years ago.
My name is Keith Kerman, and I'm the senior pastor at First United Methodist Church.
My name is Caroline.
I'm Becky Brown, associate pastor here at First United Methodist Church.
Hey, I'm Lauren Wood. My husband Scott works at the church, and I go to First Methodist. I work for the farmers market, but I was on the group of people helping organize the resource fair for today. Well, I felt really strongly about trying to repeat the successful event that we had last year, where the church was coming together for food resources as well as providing food and a hot meal. So we wanted to recreate that as much as we could during COVID, and stuff like this is what gets me out of bed in the morning.
Because it's really important that we use our hands and that we're able to do something active for other people. And it makes me feel good that even in the isolated times that we can do these things safely to help others in our community.
Because I get to do something for someone else for a change.
Well, you know, as a pastor, I feel like I'm always studying, I'm always writing, I'm always doing emails, and that's all great stuff, but this just feels very tangible. Like, you know, I got my hands on the cabbages and I'm putting it in the box, and so it's very rewarding to know that we're making a difference.
There's always people who need food, and Jesus said feed the hungry, so here we are. We have to do it.
Well, I think that it's my duty as a Christian to be present whenever help is needed.
I mean, there's just so much need, and we really are blessed, and it was just an opportunity to give back and thank God for all the things that we have. Well, it's the season to be thankful, and I definitely am. And so it seems like it's also the season to show my gratitude. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I think I wanted to help because I am so incredibly blessed, and I want to be able to share in some way, and this is a way to do it.
It is something that I've been wanting to do since I got here. I've helped with the food delivery at the Pigeon Center, and Thanksgiving is a big deal.
Why not? I can move, I'm okay, and I am very blessed. So let's help others.
And I wanted to help today because I'm all about people not getting hungry. In a nation like ours, people need to have food, and it's important to me. And I'm so happy that the occasion arose that my husband and I both could help.
You know, I did it last year when we were indoors and had a big dinner, and the people need the food. It's a beautiful day to do it. It feels good to do it, and it's so nice knowing that people that might not have the dinner that we might have a chance to have one with all the people that have been so nice to volunteer food and turkeys and everything else that we're giving away today.
Because I'm retired and I feel a need to make myself useful. As my mother always said, make yourself useful.
I think it's just important that everybody gives back to the community in some way, shape, or form.
Well, because we live in a county and in a country where there are many people who are food insecure, and I feel an obligation to give to them. Now that I'm retired and have the leisure time to take care of this sort of thing, I want to give back to my community.
Well, I'm the priest of Grace Church in the Mountains, and I'm really sorry that our churches downtown can't worship together, but I love what we've come up with instead, which is this service project. And it's a way of showing that God's hope does have a way of making itself known even in difficult circumstances.
I'm just aware of this time of year is always a very hard time of year for people, and especially this year with COVID, there are many people that are already suffering from hunger and deprivation.
I'm interested in helping out people who are food insecure in Haywood County and maybe some of the surrounding counties. There's a great need for people to have food so that they have some money maybe they can spend on utilities or rent.
Definitely as it comes around the holiday season, it's more on your heart, or on my heart, to do something to help other people.
I wanted to be able to do something, and I'm just so excited that our church is a part of this mission.
Why? Because I know there are a lot of people who are hungry in our community, and I wanted to make sure that they have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and that they are able to have enough to eat for their family.
I want people to remember that the little things matter, and that saying thank you for all the little things that happen day to day are important, and to remember to spread that love and kindness and give thanks this weekend, next weekend, and all the time.
I want people to really think about others and how what they do impacts others, be it wearing your mask or giving somebody a kind word. You never know what people are going through, and a lot of people are going through a lot of really hard times right now. But I just think if we work together and remember why we're here, because we're made for each other, that we can get through it.
Just to remember that they're not alone, regardless of where you are and what's going on. You're not alone. There's somebody in the community that loves you and will do whatever it takes to help out.
I'd like people to remember to put Christ first, and to realize that they are saved, and each and every one of them is valued, and we just hope that we can feed their bellies at the same time.
What a great country we have, and that we should all unite.
I remember that Jesus loves them, that we're a community of support, that they can count on the First United Methodist Church of Waynesville.
Basically, the meaning for this season, Thanksgiving, and we should all be grateful. I know a lot of families are suffering either from loss of income or from the coronavirus, and we should be thankful something about it.
I want people to remember what the real meaning of Christmas is all about and to open their hearts and their pocketbooks and help people in need.
I want them to be happy and content. I want them to have hope. It's easier to have hope when you have something on the table, but they have to have hope getting through this holiday season.
Remember how fortunate we are where we live? We can go outside and wander and keep thinking about those that can't and those that don't have jobs. Help them out.
Just remember that God is always with you. We are having such a hard time, all of us. But look up, say your prayers, get on your knees. Remember that God is always with you and He will never fail you. It may look very desperate one day, but then the next day there's hope for tomorrow. Please, people, just keep praying and keep hoping.
I want them to remember that they should try to get along and be peaceful and despite others' opinions to still try to love each other.
Absolutely.
That as crazy as this world has been this year, there's hope for everyone.
Well, that we need to be thankful to God, to our country, and to the values that we are supposed to represent and strive to represent. And also, I think in Thanksgiving, we need to reflect on the people whose land we have occupied.
That hope isn't about an outcome. It's not the same thing as optimism. It's something that God gives each of us. We don't always have access to hope, but a lot of times if we look around, we can find it in other people, and that will help us get in touch with it within ourselves.
I want people to remember kindness from other people and generosity being shared with others.
I want people to remember to be thankful and grateful, and to somehow develop a sense of peace and calm, and not be all about material things.
Just that people need love and compassion more than ever right now.
Be thankful for what you do have and your family. It's going to be different this year, but we're going to get through this.
Be safe. It's not going to have a holiday if people aren't safe. Whatever that means to you in your own life, it's going to have to be, but we need to take care of one another, and which is what holidays are about, are celebrating family, and it's sobering with how many families aren't intact right now because of the disease, but we're just going to have to get through this with spirit and a willingness to protect each other.
I want people to remember that there are others in the community that care about them. I want people in the community to remember that that we have folks in our community who don't have enough to eat and who are suffering, as many people are suffering during this COVID crisis. And I want people to remember to help out their neighbors and others in the community.
My hope is that people will be able to gather safely, be able to see their loved ones, and to be able to have all their needs met and make sure that they have an opportunity to also engage the spiritual nature of our holiday season for Christmas and find a way to celebrate Advent together.
Just to have as much time as possible with family in a safe way.
You know, I think what a day like today, it inspires me and it fills me with hope. I just feel like lately everything just is so divided, and this morning, folks from all the downtown churches were here packing Thanksgiving boxes, and now it's the same representation of people from all over the community coming together, to make a difference. And I think it'll take that. We're better together, and when we come together, amazing things happen. And so my hope is that'll just keep on going into 2021, because we need it for sure. So.
that this COVID virus goes away or dissipates significantly before families start to get together.
Oh, that everyone finds peace, that if they don't know Jesus, they'll come to know him through the efforts of the community.
That some families can at least get together, whether it be by Zoom or phone calls or whatever it takes, and know that it will be still God in control.
Talking about Thanksgiving, I would hope that everyone has enough on a plate to fill them, and that would be the food part. And then I hope that they're gathered with other people who can extend blessings to them and to one another, and be grateful.
My hope for the holidays is that we will soon have a cure for this awful pandemic, so people can get back on their feet, and they aren't forced to take part in a manna drive-by. I'd like them to have that independence.
For me, I would rather help other people during the holiday season, and love and hope and serving others, and yes, bringing the word of Jesus to whomever I encounter.
And be happy with what we have and what God's given us.
My hope is that people have a holiday. It's a tough time of year for families that are separated and people that are suffering and out of work, and so to be, I hope, a little bit of joy in their lives this time.
More peace, and that's what I'm hoping for.
That we who have a lot give to those who don't.
I hope for peace and unity in this rather divided time, most divided since I've ever known, and I grew up in the 60s. So I hope for us to come together as a nation and get on board to try to solve some of our problems.
I think my deeper hope is that as a culture and as a society, we emerge out of this pandemic and out of this difficult presidential election with a bit more compassion and grace for one another.
My hope for the holidays is that we can build bridges in place of the walls that have been built up, so that we can be different with one another in our views, in our race, in our religion, and still learn how to love and accept one another.
My hope for the future is kindness, more people coming to faith, and loving their neighbors.
My hope for the holidays is that we can think about peace and joy.
My hope is that love would be felt and received by people, the people that maybe aren't seen, that people would really just be able to make their positive impact on others.
That we will be able to contain the number of outbreaks that we're experiencing, even here in Haywood County, so that we can be with some people that we love.
Well, that people remain safe, that we've got another year ahead. It's always a time to reset a little bit and try to do better, which we all need to do. And I just hope people can have some time and space without too much stress and anxiety to be able to feel better about the holidays and what it means to all of us.
And I hope that people feel safer and more secure, and that people get enough to eat and have a warm place to be over the holidays.